So if you're cross-legged and you feel like you're holding yourself up to pull yourself forward, you can get either a block or some kind of lift underneath your sit bones. Cushion, rolled up blanket, anything at all. And just settle into your natural breath. Just feeling the sensations, being aware of the movements in the body. And if you get distracted, just let thoughts and feelings come and go. And just come back to the body. So I'll just put you on mute. And just give it a few more minutes. Feeling the weight of the body sinking down vertically into the sit bones. Feeling connected, feeling grounded. Allowing that full, deep, three-part yogic breath. Starting the inhale with the belly expanding like a balloon, moving in every direction. And the breath continuing into the chest, feeling the ribs expanding up and out like an umbrella opening. And all the way up into the upper chest, the collarbones and the shoulders just expanding out to the side. And exhaling from the upper chest, the ribs and the belly. Stay here with the breath. And today is cleanse and uplift. And the breath is a very important part of that cleansing process. It's in the breath that the gases exchange. And in the lungs, the oxygen is transferred into the blood and the carbon dioxide is transferred out of the blood. So the breath is really the final part of the digestive process and the cleansing process. So you might be doing everything right. Hi. So I've just got somebody else coming in. So if you're all ready, and just stay with your breath. Just tune into yourself, your body. And we're saying hi. Take a seat. We've just literally started the breath. Awareness of the breath. Shona, wave if you can hear me okay. Good. Thank you. So we're doing nice deep three-part breath, starting with the belly, moving into the chest, and then up to the upper chest. Feeling the belly expanding like a balloon, ribs opening up like an umbrella, up and out to the sides, and then the collarbones and the shoulders just expanding out to the sides. Just allowing that full deep 3-part yogic breath. And as the breath comes into the belly, see if that can just let go of any tension that you might have around the pelvic floor, around the hips. And as you exhale, just roll the shoulders back and down. Observe the stillness physically and mentally. Feeling the body fill up with softness and lightness and ease with every inhale. Expanding. Sinking down into the sit bones. Feeling grounded on the exhale. Feeling safe. Feeling nurtured. Feel that connection to the air. And just slowly start to move the fingers and the toes. Nice deep breath all the way in. Roll the shoulders, starting to move the body, starting to open the eyes. Yeah, definitely. I don't think anything else is coming now. Okay, so we're going to do Kapalabhati, which you may be familiar with. So when we do Kapalabhati, what we're doing is we're actively exhaling by pumping the belly back into the spine and up towards the diaphragm. And then we're relaxing the breath in. And the way that this happens is you need to lift your ribs. So if you just sit here and lift your ribs without doing anything else and keep your throat open, without trying to breathe, you might feel a little bit of breath coming in. And that's because you're lifting the ribs. So we need that lift so that when you relax, the passive part of this will allow a little bit of the breath to come back in. So we'll just do a couple of rounds. While we're doing this, if you feel like you're not getting an inhale and you're running out of breath and you're kind of struggling, then stop and take a full deep breath in and out and then come back to it. So we don't want to put ourselves into the stress response. If we're fighting for breath, then we will go right into that sympathetic response. So just see if you can lift the ribs. If you need to lift the arms to get the ribs up, that's fine. Big deep breath in. Can you hear me okay? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Oh, right, okay. So if you want to lift the arms up, that's fine. And then just bring the arms down, but keep the ribs up. Okay, so your ribs are lifted. Breathe in and then breathe out halfway, and then we're just going to start pumping. So just keep going in this rhythm. If you're familiar with this and you want to speed up, you can speed up. And release. Take a deep breath in and let it go. And then take a breath in, and if it's comfortable to retain the breath for a few seconds, please do so. And then just let go. And take another deep breath. We'll do another round of this. So just breathing out halfway, lifting the ribs and go. And release. Deep breath in and release. And then retain on the inhale again if that's comfortable. Breath in. And release. Well done. So we're going to do a little alternate nostril Kapalabhati. So it's kind of the same, it's coming from the, the upper abdomen pumping, but we just use, so you'll be using your right hand and you'll be just blocking the right thumb with the right nostril with the thumb and the left nostril with the ring finger, and we'll just be exhale sharply out and in through the left nostril, and then you might want to take a 1 second in between and then out and in through the right nostril. So I'll demonstrate first. If I don't know if it translates verbally over Zoom what we're doing, but it's a bit like this. So you might want to take 2 fingers on the forehead just to rest it there and let the elbow hang down, and then blocking the right thumb, it's just a out and in, switch, out and in on the left, sorry, out and in on the right. Shall I come up closer? I don't know if that helps. So it's just a Is that okay? Is that clear? Okay, thank you. I should have said to you, you might need a tissue actually. But it's sometimes an idea just to clear your nose first. Sorry, I should have said before we got started. And I should have said also, we're not supposed to be touching our face, so make sure you've washed your hands. So. And like with the Kapalabhati, If you find yourself stuck for breath, just stop, take a big deep breath in and out until your breathing feels kind of natural again, and then start again. And relax. Take a deep breath. Clear out your nose. So that's part of the Kriyas practice, which I've got on my YouTube channel. And I also did it as a live, but I think I missed a bit because I got cut off part way through. So the YouTube video is much more clear, but that's the very first thing we do with the Kriyas. Okay. So let's just bring the legs straight out. I'm going to do some forward bending, twisting. This is all good for the digestion and elimination. So it's all cleansing and cleansing and eliminate. So just start off, pull the flesh away. And we're just going to go dynamically up and down into a forward bend and feel this really massaging the lower belly as you come down. So you might have the feet quite easily just coming up and down, holding on to the feet. Or you might have to just take your hands down by the side of your thighs. Or you might be able to hook your thumbs underneath the calves and use that as a way of kind of levering you forward whilst keeping the chest and the heart open. So just inhale in position, exhale forward, just with the rhythm of the natural breath. Inhale back up, nice and slow. Let the head drop all the way down, so we're stretching the back of the body and massaging all the internal organs. Keep moving here, good. Make sure you're coming up and down, let yourself come up a little bit, maybe not all the way up, but at least halfway, so that you're getting that massaging sensation in the belly. And then the next time you come forward, just stay here. And then take your right hand on back, reach back and just put your right hand on the back of your hip. So if you just put your hands on your hip and then take your left hand and you can either cross it over to the outside edge of the right foot or just hold on to somewhere on your leg, whatever you can really, just do what you can. And then just twist round to the left, to the right, and then come back to the centre. Keep moving here. Exhale, twist. Inhale, centre. Just drawing the shoulder blade back to get into that twist. And then the next time you twist round, stay here and see if you can take your hand underneath your right leg and lift up. So you can have your hand holding on to your thigh or the outside of the leg or even the outside of the foot if you've got that flexibility, and then just focus on that twist. Pushing down into the leg, pushing down into the sit bones, lifting up through the spine. Feel the core lifting you up and twisting you round. And if you want to, you can stretch the arm out behind in a straight line. I haven't given myself enough room, like this. And then gently come back round to the centre. And just release, move around, twisting, releasing the spine, whatever movements you feel you need, just to release. And then when you're ready, come back to the centre, and then we'll just come back down onto the other side, taking the left hand around behind the hip and twisting. And then back down to the centre, exhale, twist, inhale forward, really feel this movement coming from the core. Good. So twist and then let yourself untwist. Right back to the centre. Doesn't matter if your hand's on your thigh, your knee, your ankle or your foot. As long as you feel this working from the core. And then the next time you come back, take a hold of either underneath your thigh from the inside or the outside of the leg, the ankle, the shin, whatever it is that you happen to have a hold of. Could be the outside edge of the foot. Keep pushing down into that leg really strongly. So the supporting leg is pushing you up by grounding down into the sit bones, and then take your arm behind you if you want to. And then just release, take a hold of the leg, come down, shake out, just move around, releasing the spine. Whatever movements you feel you need or whatever movements your body is asking for. Okay, let's come into this milking the cow. This is really good for root chakra. You'll feel every part of your legs, your thighs, your ankles, your feet, shins, calves, the whole lot of your legs will be working here, okay? And this works root chakra, and root chakra is about letting go. So sometimes when we're thinking about detoxing, we're not just detoxing from, you know, all the Easter eggs or whatever. We can have a stress detox as well. So any kind of trauma is locked in the body, and the root chakra is about letting go, so you can let go of the stress hormones as well. So, I don't know if you can see, I'm just going to curl onto my toes, yeah. And I'm just going to stay here. And I'm going to take my hands down and lift up. Yeah, and it's about focus as well. So you might want to take your gaze down towards the tip of the nose, just looking at the mat beyond. And once you feel steady and stable here, you can start taking one hand and then the other hand on the knees, and then lift up so that the torso is vertical. So the hand position, the milking the cow, you're taking your thumb to the pad of the pinky and then closing the fist. So that's why it's like milking the cow. So I'm wobbling a bit here, I need to just be on one mat. Because this is a bit of a balancing pose, if you're on too soft a surface, it'll be really difficult to balance, yeah? But you can experiment with how far apart your feet have got to be. And then see if you can get the spine upright. And if you still feel quite steady and stable, you can lift the heels up a bit and lift the hips up a bit off the heels. So this is when all the muscles in the leg, the feet, the ankles, the shins, the calves are all engaged. And it's really about focusing. If you need to come out, just come back onto your heels, straighten your legs and hang forward, or stay here a while. It's quite nice. You feel the burn in the legs with this. So you can take a little break. Maybe even come back into it if you want to. No, had enough? Okay, and then just to stretch out the shins, see if you can come onto the tops of the feet. With the heels together, it's quite intense, so you might have to have the heels a little bit further apart. But if you can, come down, kneeling, and then just lift the knees up and stretch the knees forward. So you're really stretching the shins. But just take the feedback from your body. If it's not right, then, you know, maybe don't put quite as much weight on. Use your hands for support, or find some kind of modification. If you're struggling, you can give me a wave. Put maybe a rolled up blanket and, you know, on top of your heels or something. But just feel a nice stretch in the shins. After that, I find that really works the shins, that milking the cow. When it works all the whole of the leg muscles, but especially the shins. Okay, and then maybe just take the legs out behind. And stretch on the toes as well. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to just get the spine moving. Bit of cat-cow, this is good for the digestion. So we'll do a nice sweeping cat-cow if your knees are okay with that. So from the side, the sweeping cat-cow, we'll get into the all fours position and then sink down, and then you might feel you have to move your hands, yeah? So from here, when we're coming forward, we slide the chest forward until it comes to level with the wrists, and then push up, and we're in spinal extension. So my chest is lifted, centre of the spine is down towards the mat. On the exhale, start tucking the tailbone, scooping the belly in, and sweeping the hips down. towards the heels. Let the elbows come down, let the head come down, really stretching right across the back, and then slide forward on the inhale again, and lift up. Nice fluid movements in time with your own natural breath. Good. See if you can sink the hips right back into the heels, if possible. If you've got something in the knees that doesn't like you doing that, you can just stay in all fours and just do a standard cat-cow. I do want to see some spinal flexion and spinal extension. When you come back onto the heels, next time I want you to inhale, slide forward, and then just stay down on the chest and lift up with the elbows underneath the shoulders, so we're in a Sphinx pose. Check the elbows are underneath the shoulders, and then if you take the shoulders up towards the ears, you can feel that back bend kind of diminishing, and then draw the shoulder blades back towards each other and slide them down, right down the ribs towards the waist, and then feel that lift. So this is a more intense back bend. If it's too much, you can take the arms out to the sides a little bit, or you can move the arms a little bit further forward. Stay here enjoying that stretch. If you're not feeling much of a stretch, you can push down onto your hands and lift yourself up into a more intense back bend. Make sure it's your body that's making that choice and not you imposing. Inhale, lengthen all the way up through the spine and out through the crown of the head. And then just come back down onto your chest and turn the head to one side, resting the hands down by the sides, resting on the backs of the hands.